Guess you didn't take it too far and won't value yourself for the right price. But you are the reason they breathe and the reason they dreams unfold. So we gotta handle this. It's been ridiculous how we let haters get so ridiculous. Watching my power, burning demons. You wanted a purge, open season. So drunk with illusion, don't see me coming. Meet your demise. I'm a woman. I do not conform to nobody's norms. I'm cleaning us up, sending the storms. High level vibration, increasing the pressure. You feeling my strength? This is my pleasure. You cannot handle this intellect. Hey, hey. You cannot handle this intellect. Hey, hey. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. You cannot handle this intellect. Dimensional paradise savage. Woo. Call me the messenger. Hey, hey, hey. Call me the messenger.
Welcome once again. This is Thursday on IntellectualRadio.com. I'm Tyrone Muhammad, and this is Ex-Cons for Trump live on Intellectual Radio. Remember, subscribe and share. Subscribe and share. And for those who want to be a part of the conversation and part of the show, that's 708-223-8953. That's 708-223-8953. Carla Trust isn't here today. She got a family situation. She had death in the family. So let's send her our prayers and everything. They got a funeral to go to this week. And so let's just send Carla Trust our prayers and just send up some love for her. So Ex-Cons for Trump Live. How y'all doing? We got a lot to talk about anyway. On this Thursday. So much has happened. And it's cold as heck out there. It's cold as heck. Y'all be safe and y'all be warm out there. For real, it's cold. Cold. We used to it. We shot town. So we used to cold in Illinois. What's good today? I was looking at TV and just thinking about all of the conversation around the type of executive orders and the Doge and all the issues that Donald Trump is dealing with right now. And for some reason, it seems to me that when we start talking about DEI, I've never felt or heard where that made a difference in our community. I didn't see it. What that sound? Oh yeah. I didn't hear it or see it, in my community. I didn't see it being spent, the DEI issues. I didn't see how black men and boys benefited from that. Not at all. Yet we're crying about what I think is 2 to 5% of the DEI that was used to better our communities, increase employment opportunities, and even training or even education. Because I know, and I've said it again, I said over and over and over again, it seemed like it benefited more people outside of our community, non-citizens, more than it benefited the ones most in need of it. So me personally, I don't care about that. That's not nothing that I'm going to be sitting around hollering with you about. He took our DEI. He took DEI, which means every DEI, I've always said it before he took it, it means everybody but black men and boys. Everybody. Black men need not apply on the DEI. Don't apply for grants, loans, nothing, because it doesn't apply to you. Everyone gets the benefit from DEI except black men. That's especially those in the process and raising their families, that's active in their own households. It didn't apply to us. The other thing, I'm looking at all the cuts being made. I mean, all the cuts being made. And we're crying about cutting the budget. And I'm starting to realize when I look at all the trillions that they finding that's being spent, you got billions being spent on individuals for condoms in Afghanistan. It's like What are we talking about? What are we crying about? Somebody that's budgeting our bank book. And I hope that that money will start trickling down at some point to us, to our communities. I hope that is the case. Furthermore, 150 to 180 billion spent on immigration. It's somewhere in that line. That's probably conservative. Between 150 billion and counting to 180 billion, I was just imagining what would 150 billion do for every city, inner city community in America. Every disinvested inner city, disenfranchised inner city community in America, black community, brown, poor white. What would that money do for these communities? Yet we found a way to spend that money on non-citizens. Furthermore, I was just reading that it was, 22 million homeland, 22 billion? Just from the home, health and human, human relations or whatever department? Spent over 22 billion, that one department, on the migrants, on the immigrants. What will $1 billion do for Chicago in the city? What could 1 billion do? And I'm just sitting around looking at all of the crying and the moaning and they had 12 years or more. They've had 12 years from what I remember. When I look at Clinton, I look at Obama, I look at Biden. They had 12 years to do something for our communities. Obama had pretty much a mandate. I think he had the Senate and the House at the time he passed the Health Care Act, Obamacare. I think he had Senate and House. I think he had what Trump has now. And he never did anything for our communities that we can remember, that we can see. So to be crying about what this man Trump been in office, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't think it's been 30 days. I don't know. I haven't kept up with how long he been in there since inauguration. But it's like he's been blamed for everything wrong with our local communities. When all politics is local. All politics is local. What else is being discovered as they break apart the budget and look at all the false spending? And I'm sitting back like, how many trillions do we spend as a country? And where do we get this money from? Where is this money coming from? This is a sad situation for me, man, because I'm just watching all the different posts and listening to how people are finding every reason to blame Trump, while they found no reason to blame Biden. For 4 years, they found not one reason to blame Biden for 4 years. They found no reason to even blame Kamala as a vice president, yet they was trying to give her 4 more years. Here's a woman that say she's not going to do nothing specifically for black people, yet we falling out of our chairs because you ain't seen enough black people in the Trump administration. I'm going to tell you honestly, man, I'm fed up with seeing black people in authority. Because you don't even use the power that you have to serve your own community. And if you're not using the power that you have to serve your own community, what are you there for? Who are you there for? These people, man, they are mad because they can't steal no more. They are crying because if we just take the $180 billion just for immigration and illegals. I'm asking y'all, who benefited from $180 billion spent on illegals across the country? Who benefited from that? Please explain that to me. Who benefit from $180 billion? Because I don't see no multimillionaires in our communities from the migrant crisis. The services, the contracts, our governor and mayor didn't give it to us. And then all you silly black people who housing and exploiting the taxes by putting them in your homes and then crying about the money not being there and them being left in your homes. That's what you get. It's going to get worse because the money that's being used to house and hide them in the Underground Railroad that y'all got going on, what should I call that? The Underground Migrant Immigrant Illegal Railroad system y'all got piped through the communities. Catholic Charities and all these groups that while we suffering and black women on the streets homeless, you got groups like Catholic Charities spending billions, getting billions and millions to house migrants while black people suffer. While black people suffer. Everywhere, every day, all day. And we're just sitting here observing this. They got us so duped. I was just listening to something today, and it was talking about how under the Democrats, black people are stupid. It's like once you become conservative in your thinking or independent in your thinking, you get to break away from the ills and the illnesses that's been pushed on us for 50 years. Black people under the Democratic Party right now are stupid. In their whole mind, their thoughts, their emotions, everything. They just plain stupid. I mean, come on now. You don't challenge nothing. You don't question nothing. They done made everything about Trump. No, it's not. No, it's not. Take away Trump in Chicago. Take away Trump in Illinois. What you get? 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953, live call in. This is IntellectualRadio.com. Please subscribe and share. Go subscribe and share now, today, right now. Subscribe and share to IntellectualRadio.com. 708-223-8953 for live calling. Let me check. I see a few messages on the live. Let me see what they say. I can't get that one. Felicia Simmons Stove. Black the third party. Yes, Mike, that's the truth. We need a third party solution. We have to have a third party solution. That's the only thing that matters. You have to have something that push against the Republican Party as well as the Democratic Party. Because in the state of Illinois, the Republican parties, I rather these rhinos are rather silly in the way that they move. Here we are. They have a perfect opportunity to change the trajectory of politics in Chicago. Yet they sit down state and judge what's happening to us here in the city. They make statements like, why do we continue to vote for Democrats when Democrats have violated us? The broader answer to that is, why should you go anywhere else? At least you are comfortable with the devil you know, opposed to the devil you don't know. And that seems to be the case with most people that stick to the party. And then it's like Democrats have become a three-issue party. Gender, migrants, and molding and nurturing children and the CPS. It's become about our children who gonna control our babies. And it's not, they don't even talk about violence and the systemic disinvestment that happens in these neighborhoods. They're not even talking about how to repair that, how to create workforce development. Because you can't. The news is, I got news, breaking news. At the rate that Chicago or Illinois is going under Governor J.B. Pritzker, you wouldn't have a job anyway. At the rate it's going under our brother Brandon Johnson, they couldn't hire everybody anyway. Because instead of spending that money that they spent on illegals and figuring out how to make these schools better so our kids could be reading above a third grade reading level, to put that money into workforce development, to train them, actually have some real viable training program and not programs that's in the basement of a church teaching you how to nail a nail in a piece of 2x4 or how to use a circular saw. That's not construction training. And these people have been getting this grant money to teach construction and to teach these young men with these bogus 12-week certificates. See, everybody use our condition, even the pastors, to feed themselves. Yet our conditions are not changing. Our conditions is not changing no matter what we say. You can't blame that on Trump. I'm not going to sit back and watch y'all do that. The man ain't been in office a year. The man ain't been there a month. And already the crybaby stuff I'm looking at and seeing is making me sick. Like, come on now. Why don't you all, and y'all know who they are, why don't we just figure out how to reach back to the black men in Chicago? Democrats, I'm trying to give you a playbook. How to figure out how to deal with guys and women that are true subject matter experts in their field. But just because they don't belong to your fraternity or your sorority or your political sorority or fraternity or your spiritual sorority or fraternity, you choose to ignore them when it's more of them than it is of you. The math don't math. How you think you're going to isolate whole populations of people that has a voting right? They actually have the right to vote. How you isolate a whole population of people, never bringing them to the table, never asking them what it is that they want from you, even though they told you what they wanted when they elected you. They told you what they wanted. When they elected you, they told you what they wanted you to do once you got to Springfield, once you got to city council. But y'all play politics. Y'all play politics with the people's lives. Y'all play politics and economic thievery with the people's money. Y'all play politics and thievery with the people's bodies. Y'all play politics and y'all steal knowledge and wisdom and steal education from the minds of our children in our community. And public safety, y'all play politics with public safety. Y'all play politics and you're forcing policing in a way. Let me hold on. Welcome. This is Tyrone Muhammad. Who am I talking to?
Hi, you talking from Sister Hayes from Michigan.
Hey, Sister Hayes, thanks. Good to hear from you again.
Brother Muhammad, I'm so glad you touched on this topic about the politicians, because me and some of the FBAs here between Michigan, between Flint and Detroit, we got a governor's race coming.
Oh, yes.
We got so they flip-flop because the word is in Michigan, if you say you're a Democrat, you can get the black vote.
Right.
But is it okay for people to flip-flop? Okay, you're a Republican, then you're a Democrat, now you're an independent. Is that cool for these politicians to be doing it? Can you explain that to me?
No, sister, it's not cool. It's cowardice. And then what they telling you, if they'll flip-flop with their party, that means they'll flip-flop on you with their issues. So that's what we're gonna talk about. You got to talk to them about, and I guarantee you, most of them they black, right?
Yeah, the black people that I've been talking to, I said, well, you know what? Well, as long as they're a Democrat, but he was a Republican first, then he changed to an independent. Now, he was a Republican, then a Democrat, then an independent.
No, I don't think.
Some that's conservatives,
yep.
But they scared to review. Then they want to be a Democrat. Everybody still wants to be a Democrat to get the black vote, but they're still not doing nothing for us.
So my question would be then, because I know y'all organizing and y'all linking. Have y'all had a real town hall yet?
No, and that's the thing about it. I was told one of the days that one of the guys that's running for governor, even though he's saying he's an independent, he's been meeting with a lot of white people.
Right.
And I'm like, well, when it was like, well, Cynthia, what do you think? I said, well, okay, well, there are 10 independents that are white. I was a Democrat for 37 years and I became an independent. So I said, I do know some cool white people that are independent.
As an independent, he has to meet with Republicans and Democrats too.
Right. And I said, well, he have to meet with some of the black independents too. Is he doing that? Then we have some that's a Democrat.
Where he come from? This independent guys. Y'all know him?
We have the mayor out of Detroit that's running as independent candidate.
What you think about him?
I know Detroit was talking about, and I know a lot of the younger generation of FBAs are not really feeling this mayor. I've never met him, but him and my governor.
When
Governor
you say
Whitmore,
FBAs,
really
for the listeners, when you say FBAs, what do that mean?
Foundational Black America.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, we kind of organize here too in Michigan. So I've been getting a lot of phone calls, but we do, I don't know, as far as the governor's race, like I say, it's still early in the race. It's still early.
When is the race?
The race is in 2026.
Okay, everything. Okay, got it. Everything is 2026.
Right. So everybody is campaigning. And so my Governor Whitmore, I'm pretty sure you heard of her. They call her AKA Big Gretch.
AKA Big Gretch.
Yeah, Big Gretchen.
Oh, Gretchen. So what is she, a Democrat?
Yeah, Governor Whitmore is a Democrat.
Yeah, and how she feel about this mass immigration in this water system and y'all?
And you know what? And that's what I was telling a lot of the FBAs and people that I've been talking to. I said, now that we got these governors, they still Democrats or independents or conservatives. Let's talk to them about the water. Let's talk to them about mass incarceration.
Yep.
Let's talk to them about reparations.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Let's
hit them where they hit us in our. Let's talk about economics.
So y'all haven't did point out a 10-point or 5-point initiative that you all want to speak about to them and want them to follow?
We're working on that.
Okay.
That I am trying to put that together now because that's what, and you know what, that's a great idea because Michigan, we was able to flip red and a lot of people were shocked because Democrat, we always was blue.
Okay.
But even though I had people to call in and say, well, Cynthia, I'm not a Republican, but I had a lot of people to call and talk to me about President Trump. They said they liked his morals and values and they liked the way that, he stood on business.
That's right.
Not to say that they was voting for him because they were becoming a Republican. It's just that he stood on business. And with this, and the thing that I'm not dealing with is the issue that we had 2 kids that was deceased in their family van in one of the casino's hotels. So I'm saying, okay, so now that we got these governors running, these Democrats and independents that, that's now trying to get the black vote, let's talk to them about housing.
Yeah, housing is very serious.
Mother should not be living, her and her children should not been living in the van. 2 children found dead, and it's still bothering a lot, especially black single woman.
Where was that at?
In Detroit.
I was in Detroit. I think Tracy told me about that. So what I want to ask then, how's that, anybody in tune with this mother?
Well, now they are working. I talked with some people out of Detroit. They are working with her. We're just hoping that she don't get charged. How can you say that homeless is a crime? You know, she was living in a van. Her children. She had only been homeless for 3 months.
If anybody need to be charged, it's them for her even being homeless while giving our money to non-citizens. I wish they would.
There you go.
Come on, man. That shouldn't even be a conversation. They should feel ashamed.
Conversation not to be addressed when we sending money all over the United States, all out the countries. We taking care of these illegal immigrants. They come in here, get all of our resources, but we got black women that's homeless. Last year, I worked with 5 black women that was homeless that voted Democrat. They still voted Democrat because they believe in the Democrat hood. They believe, with Cynthia, they're going to change. It's going to be different. I never told nobody who to vote for. I said, okay, well, just vote how you feel, what's best for your kitchen table.
Well, it's time to tell people who to vote for, because the pastors tell us who to vote for. It's time for us to tell our people who to vote for. Because if we got sense, sometimes we blind, deaf, and dumb. It just got to tell the truth, Sister Cynthia. Some of us are blind, deaf, and dumb. And we ain't going to get out our own way. Then you know I'm not lying.
I always express why I chose to vote for President Trump and why I chose not to vote for the Democrat Party this time. But I never told nobody who to vote for. I said, well, vote for who best fit you, your family, and your kitchen table.
We say that. We say that we don't tell nobody who to vote. But let me explain something to you. We have a whole governor in Illinois. I think he spent $100 or $200 million on an election. Do you understand when you spend $200 million on the election, you telling people who to vote for? Do you understand? I can tell you who to vote for without you telling me, without saying vote for me. Do you understand when I pump subliminal suggestions in your ear all day on every liberal radio station, every liberal a TV show, that I'm telling you who to vote for? Do you understand that when I pump thousands of dollars and millions of dollars worth of flyers into your mailbox, and the United States Postal Service delivers your message to my door, I'm telling you who to vote for? Do you understand that every time the politician, the pastor come to the church, the candidate come and speak in the church, the souls to the polls, he telling you that the pastor accept these people in and money changers in at the church. He's telling the congregation that if I, the pastor, accept them on the pulpit, that's who you should vote for. You don't have to tell nobody to vote for anybody. So you might well tell them, sister, because they telling them. They actually literally telling them who to vote for. No matter what you say, we try to be righteous. Ain't no righteousness in politics if you're not ruling it. Ain't no such thing as a righteous political endeavor if it don't serve your people. So we got to get out of our mind and stop. And that's why we are as people, we are so violated and down, because everybody can step on us. Everybody can spit on us. Everybody can gentrify us, take our land, sell us crappy food, do everything we wanted to us, and we're going to still support it. Because you love the devil because he gives you nothing. That's us. We are people who don't want nothing. We want flowery words. That's why we keep on getting prophets and messengers who can live long enough to give us enough dancing and entertainment, hence Super Bowl. If there's no dancing and not enough dancing and entertainment, we don't want to hear the true message. Forget what you're talking about. I don't like the way Tyrone Muhammad said it, so I can't support him. Because we so caught up in our feelings, sister, about truth. We really don't like truth. That's why every messenger of God that ever came before us, we murdered them. We really don't like truth. Dr. King gave us all type of truth. Dr. King openly said he regrets because he may have delivered black people integration from when he was talking about civil rights and integration. He might say he ain't integrated us into a burning house. That's a wise man. Once he realized what was happening and how it was going, that liberal party, that Democratic Party, wasn't good for black people. Man, he wasn't long. He wasn't around much longer. He wasn't around much longer.
I appreciate this because my phone been ringing off the hook about this mother that was homeless in a van, and her 2 children were found deceased. And it's really shaking up, but it's not about her. It's about all the mothers. Black, white, blue, green, purple. How can we take care of other countries?
That's right.
And other folks and not take care of our own? And then these politicians come around and they don't even speak on it.
That's right.
They don't, the homeless, the high rent.
Yeah.
Michigan is surrounded by 5 Great Lakes. We pay the most highest in the water rates. It makes
you got
no
5
sense.
great lakes, and you got polluted water. How in the
we
world?
Can't even drink our water.
This is ridiculous.
But these politicians come around election time, and they still talking the same old.
So, sister, listen,
crap.
I'm gonna say this to you. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna call you tomorrow, or you gonna call me tomorrow. And what we need to do is mobilize. No doubt about it. I want you to first find out for us, so we can put our arms around in the Midwest, to put our arms around that mother and her children.
Yes, we got.
Please find out who that sister is. Nah, ain't gonna be no charges brought against nobody that we support. Ain't gonna go down. You don't. They can't. The prosecutors works for us, the people. Ain't no bringing no charges on that black woman for being homeless. Ain't no bringing no charges on that black woman because her car ran out of gas, because gas prices is all skyrocketed because of Joe Biden. Ain't no bringing no doggone. Ain't no bringing this woman up on charges because she living in a van and she couldn't afford to keep gas in that car. If we so concerned about the kids, why was she homeless? If the government is if the state's attorneys and the government is so concerned about the kids, let's go ahead and start looking for all the homeless kids and women out there right now and put them up before. No, sister, we're not going for that. Let me know. Let's talk tomorrow. We're gonna find that sister and we're gonna drive down there. We driving down there, bringing the team, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna figure out, man, how to support that sister and how to select the next governor and sit with a town hall and figure out a town hall meeting so we could call our Detroit brothers and sisters together and let them know we in the same fight, the mass immigration and all of that.
Thank you. And I love Chicago, the way y'all stood strong, because the only way Michigan went flip red was because of y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, because of how y'all stood together. That 300 seats. And I'm going to need y'all support, hoping that this sister don't get no charges, because this mess that everybody
ain't no hope. That sister ain't got no business getting no charges. We got our new era brothers. We got our new era brothers there. We got all these Pittsburgh people here. She ain't got no business being charged and because she's homeless. Well, that's a crime for being homeless. What, man, does it make her an unfit parent because she can't afford to house her kids? Then what are the migrants, the non-citizens, unfit illegals? Yeah, you can't protect them. Sister, we're not trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that. Ain't no such thing. If the government think that they're gonna charge our black sister, because she was homeless, we gonna beat the government. Hell, we need to start. We need to do January to the 6th on Detroit. And you think you're going to beat you need to do that. Black folks need to start doing some January the 6th. I'm telling you, man, we the worst community. We at every socioeconomic level index. We are on the bottom. And we ain't went over no gates yet. And guys are open carry state and they running around like cowards.
People have been speaking up. They have been
speaking
up.
It ain't enough.
Kind of waiting, but we just waiting and hoping that they don't charge this mother because she was trying.
Well,
if
God.
you go on my page, you see her full story, because P. Ray had her on her page too. So if you've seen it,
I'm cool with the page. I even post. I don't care about the page. We gotta find her. How you gonna put your arm around her? She in Detroit. So if you put your arm around her, find that sister. Somebody know. Comb that whole city. You find that sister and see what it is. Cause you can't say we hope that she don't go to jail and we don't even know where she at.
Well, I'm pretty sure some of the grassroots have got a hold to her.
Okay.
We're just hoping that she don't get charged.
Well, we need to.
That's the fight that I'm gonna need Chicago to support me on. That this sister don't get charged.
Nah, we need to get with that sister and do a press conference to show her that we are not. She's not just standing by herself in doggone Michigan. Illinois is too standing with her. Chicago is standing with y'all. So Indiana gonna come stand with y'all. So it ain't no thing about that. We got to get down there and help. I appreciate you. But now, since you keep on fighting, it's a hard road, man. This trying to save black people, trying to get black people what they do, that because of that foundational black people, black American, trying to get them what they do, takes sacrifice and it takes a fight. You're not gonna get nothing. Sister, I often say that I don't talk about reparation because in my mind, I know we are not even equipped. That I would never deny reparation, but I don't believe in asking for something that's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take mine. I try to take everything I got. I ain't waiting on them to give me nothing. We can take it. Matter of fact, we withhold our taxes. There's no taxation without representation. That's tyranny. We under tyranny in our black communities. We at war, but we scared. We asking to elected officials who we select and put in office to do for us what we won't even do for ourselves. Nah, we got to do better. We got to do better.
Thank you, brother. Tyrone. I was so glad to hear because I needed another voice besides Michigan because I was just getting phone calls with this governor, this. Okay, well, what is this governor saying about this mother? What really are they saying? What are they saying about the community? How they gonna fix it? How they gonna fix homeless? How they gonna deal with the water issue? How they gonna deal with mass incarceration? A lot of our black men are incarcerated. That's part of the black family structure, broken structure, and the community.
That started it all. It started it all.
Our black men, our schools, that's dilapidated in our communities. What about that? What about bringing our black small businesses? While we got these other cultures moving into our communities, making money off of our people, building up their generational family wealth off of our black buck. What about that?
Man, sister, I just tell you to call everybody you know. Call everybody with some sense. Just start. We gotta start organizing, even in Chicago. So we got to do better, even in Chicago. So just start organizing for your ability and your strength. And you just keep passing it on and make everybody bring somebody, say something to somebody, know somebody. Start getting you need 100-person list that you go down the line, you put an email, phone number that you blast out text messages to, whatever, email to. Y'all got to start building that up. Y'all been fighting this water thing forever. That should be nobody that's not. It shouldn't be nobody who email and phone number we can't get about this water.
Nobody held accountable for Flint water. They let everybody go. We had a governor that just walked away free. Attorney General, Governor Gretchen, she was on the Charlemagne show. She kind of gaslighted it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nobody has been held accountable for Flint's water. Nobody. On top of that, the families hasn't been taking care of the lawsuits, no nothing. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. And people died. Our children was poisoned. Wow.
And the government is responsible.
Right.
So reparation is due, but lawsuits are due also. Y'all gonna be experiencing this for 30 to 50 years from this water in our bodies.
Another 10 to 15 years. Right?
Yeah. So we gotta fix this.
Got paid before the victims. The attorneys did get their share.
I bet they did.
Like that in my life.
They always do. Attorneys ain't nothing but crooks. They always get paid before the victims.
And please just keep Michigan in y'all prayers, because we just
No, you're not just in Michigan. You should see how many people dying every day a week in Chicago still, and it's cold. Wow. So it ain't. They don't. There's black people are in a state of emergency, and that's what we need to declare. We're gonna declare that all over the country. Black folks are in a state of emergency, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump.
We got homeless veterans.
Yeah.
I just can't see how can they take care of other countries and other folks before the American citizens.
Because they're evil.
This is ridiculous.
They're evil. You can't expect evil people to have the fear and the love of God's people.
And the Democrat Party allowed this ridiculous mess to go on. It's sickening.
They're the evil party. Right now, they really are the evil party right now. They look like the evil party right now.
In my life, this is sickening.
That is
sickening for them to take care of other countries and other folks come over here, but not your American citizens, not the American families.
Black community,
especially a black woman, because we built the United States. We bear the children. We built this. Off of our backs.
Yeah.
We have birth and plantations.
Yeah. No.
Should no mother with children be homeless, living in a van in the cold weather in Michigan? As much as money we've been dishing out to other folks in other countries.
Yeah, I just think
no child or mother should be homeless nowhere in the United States, including our veterans.
Yes, ma'am.
No family.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I thank you for calling.
Thank you for letting me
I do. Well, please keep going if you need to.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
But we're about to organize. They're gonna see the power that we have when we can do a whole Midwest demonstration around violence, around disinvestment, around inequities, injustices, all of the things that they've been using to keep their foot on our heads and necks.
Oh,
we gonna have to do it in our lifetime for these babies that's growing up. If we don't do it as adults, these children ain't gonna have no country. Let me tell you that the national debt.
Not gonna have nothing.
Listen to this: the national debt for America is 36 trillion. 217 billion, 500 or some million, and some change. That's the national debt. National. America is done. America is falling. It's all fiat currency. Everything while we chasing enough just to figure out how to live and control our little circle in space. America is $36 trillion in debt. 36 trillion. I'm gonna say it again, and all y'all got to do is say this: 36 trillion 200 billion. That's it. Look it up. You ain't gotta look at the change. Because if you $36 trillion in debt, you tell me if Trump don't cut a lot of the stuff they trying to cut.
Right.
How do you ever fix the deficit?
Right.
How you fix the national debt? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Man, that's right.
Cut them and lock them all
that
up.
Is. Starting with Chicago. We just put one in jail. We just convicted one thief, Madigan. Now we got a few more, J.B. Pritzker and a few more to go with them.
Get them all. Take it from the citizens and give it others to line your pockets up.
So they all convicts. They just legal convicts. They legal criminals. Right. They want to talk about ex-felons, but they legal criminals. They really legal criminals. They do everything we didn't tell them to do when we sent them to office. They stealing. If you 36 trillion in debt, who are we feeding? That makes us 36 trillion in debt. Who are we feeding as a country? We got false power. We got false power. We don't manufacture nothing, sister.
You're right.
We don't manufacture nothing. Not even Gucci, Poochie, and Suchi.
You're right.
We don't manufacture all the stuff that, even the Jordans that you wear on your feet. We not manufacturing them in Chicago. Mike ain't got a job for you. Some Chinese in a sweatshop and somewhere in Asia is working in a sweatshop while we talk about humane treatment of kids and women. That's a lie. They get violating people in all of these other countries for $1 an hour or less. Man, we evil. America ain't righteous. Because if it was, black people would be the first one to get any resources or reparation.
That's right.
So how the hell we still having a fight or ask the government for the repair the damage that slavery caused? Still. That's why when I see people talking about reparations, I look at them like they weak and stupid. And unfortunately, they not. They just don't know no better. They don't have no sense. We don't have a sense. How you gonna ask the devil to repair you after he broke you? You gonna ask the devil? You gonna ask the devil to give you repair while he work every day in your neighborhoods to break you? Please make it make sense for me, please. I need you to give me repair so that I can stop, so y'all can stop making money off of my death and my disinvestment. I need y'all to stop making, I don't want you to make no more money off my disinvestment and my plight as a poor disenfranchised black person. They gotta have somebody to keep their foot and neck on, their feet on. They have to have somebody that they put in the graveyard other than their children. How we so silly? Because if you don't have repair or reparation, when Clinton was the president, Obama was the president, and Joe Biden was the president. If you didn't get reparations under them, why would they be asking Trump for that?
That is true.
That don't make no sense. Trump should give it to us. Did Obama give it to you?
No, he didn't.
Did Clinton give it to you? The first black president, Clinton, did he give it to us?
No.
Then we sure know Sleepy Joe wasn't giving us nothing because he ushered in the 1994 crime bill. He ushered in the crime bill to lock black mass, incarcerate black men in the prison. So why would he give you reparations? Hey, we got a lot of learning to do, sister. We got a lot of soul searching, and we asking the devil to do for us what we're really capable of doing for ourselves. I don't have to give you my money. I don't have to go to your businesses. I don't have to do a lot of the stuff we asking him for. If we pool our resources, we will be the fourth or fifth richest nation in the world. Man, black folks need to stop playing. We need to stop. And everybody don't want to go, need to die. That's it. I ain't got no time to play with you. Hey, you with us or you with them? If you with them, go, because they're going to kill them anyway. They'll be back in chains. Or you with us? That's what we at. That's what time it is. It's wheat and tare now. The Bible talks about that. You got separation of the wheat and the tare. That's the season we living on. This let my people go, Moses time. That's why openly a conversation can be had about a black woman who homeless, who child freeze to death. Two of them froze to death. And we sitting here talking about, I hope they don't do nothing to her. They better not do nothing to her under our watch. That's what we got to be about. You're not going to do it. Ain't no I hope, no. Do it with Tab Detroit. While you give all them billions to migrants in Detroit. We'll tear it up. They'll make that boy look like LA Fire. Quit playing, y'all. Wake up. This revolution time. It is televised, too. Game over.
Thank you.
Game over.
You. I needed this. I needed it because I needed an event. Thank you.
Don't worry, sister. We coming to Detroit. So just I call you tomorrow. We'll start setting up a date and time. Find that mother. Let them know we need to find that.
We're going to get you here. We're going to take care of you. We're going to get y'all here.
All right,
sister. We're trying to watch and see what they going to do with this young mother.
They ain't going to do nothing to her. We coming to help her. We wrapping our arms around her. So that's why y'all got to locate and find her. And we supporting whoever supporting her.
Thank you.
And remember this, $36 trillion. Mm-hmm. 200 billion. America is dead. America don't have no money to be giving nobody but us. And we got to stop letting them do it. So thank you for calling in, sister.
Thank you.
May God continue to bless you, man. Keep your peace.
God bless you.
And hey, it ain't nothing wrong with fighting.
And I love my Chicago fam.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate you.
Good night.
Good night. America is falling. And America has fallen. She continue to fall. She prop up her Air Force. She prop up her military. She props up her banks. Her banks, remember, she bailed the banks out. The banks is in debt to the taxpayers. But yet you can't get a loan in your neighborhood. Banks branches closing in our community. Everybody can get a loan to start a business. Everybody get a loan to increase and expand their businesses, but us. But us. Can't find money to expand, to build out, to build capacity. You can't get nothing if you're a black man doing business in Chicago. And if you're a black man wanting to do business with the state or the city or the county, we less than 2% in contracts. We zero as black men. As minorities, we 2% or something like that, blacks. As black men, we probably 0.1% or 3%. So you need not apply. And they want to talk about DEI. DEI don't even work on the local level. How it's going to work on the national? How it look? Stop lying. You need to remove all this waste and spending. If you've been eating like a fat rat for the last 12 years, you need to starve. If you've been eating like a fat rat while our community starve, it's your turn. So that's why all the crying is happening. Y'all can't feed your cronies no more. You scared you're going to lose what you got, what you've been gaining. You know you bought that house too big, stealing off the people. Now it's coming, chicken coming home to roost. The chickens are coming home to roost, you bourgeoisie, boule class black people who thought the little homies them that's out here carjacking, robbing, all them thugs, and you created their conditions. You ate off of them. Ain't no Trump in Chicago. It's a county board president. It's a governor. It's a mayor. It's all these black elected positions. And y'all going to keep on crying and you're going to keep leaving people out. But it's time for us to unify and consolidate our power, especially the returning citizens. Especially them. Because they're going to continue to be victim under this new state's attorney. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell y'all. We're at war. And they ain't making no, they letting you know, hey, you don't even belong in their clique and crew. So if you're not a part of their circle, you can starve. They showed us that already. They'll starve your organizations out. They'll starve your family homes out. They'll starve your community out. And they'll give the resources to everybody but foundational black American. And with that being said, we're going to let this music play out for a minute. And I want y'all to listen to the words. I want to keep on giving praise to our sister who produced a nice song. She a black woman. She got one of the hardest songs in this and on the catalog. And it's a great theme. This is a great thing, especially for IntellectualRadio.com.
You cannot handle this intellect. 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 Dimensional third, I savage. Y'all have been working too hard for something that didn't need sacrifice. And I guess you didn't take it too far and won't value yourself for the right price. But you are the reason they breathe and the reason their dreams unfold. So we gotta handle this. It's been ridiculous how we let haters get so inconspicuous. Watching my power, burning demons. You wanted a purge? Open season. So drunk with illusion, don't see me coming. Meet your demise. I'm a woman. I do not conform to